Okay, Lori already told us she has a migraine and she needs some food. Can you order food, Lori? And Sharon was saying if you can make toast, or if you have something like, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Okay. Woo. Okay, I was saying hello everybody. How y'all doing? Lori has a migraine. She needs food. Lori, can you order food? Sharon suggested if you can make toast. Also, do you have something like yogurt or something like that you can eat? Um, yeah. So how y'all doing? How was y'all day? I puttered along today. I got what one might call quite a bit done, considering I'm basically laid up in bed. Hey, go me. Um, and I finished editing the Vlogmas video for tomorrow, but my phone is out of space, so I'm trying to transfer it to my external hard drive, which the external hard drive was doing the thing where it doesn't let me copy things to it. But everything seems to finally be working now. So hopefully I'll be able to get the video up. I'll be able to get the video up tomorrow. I know, Sharon, I feel like really bad because normally I watch the video episode 2 or 3 times before let me turn on the banner before before we do the live. And I also normally um like do screenshots and have a lot of details for y'all. I really almost canceled the live today, but I figured that you would help me fill in the blank, Sharon. Because I don't have my normally like super detailed recap for y'all, but I figured we could still like talk about the episode and do more of a review than a recap, if anything. Yeah. And Sharon, you know what I did today in the video I was editing today? When I took out the burps, I put them in the end in the bloopers and burp section. Okay. So hold on, let me see if I can pull up. Normally I have like a backup device. Let me see what I can do. Oh no. Okay, we'll just have to start over what I'm doing with the copying and stuff. Okay. Okay, so I already said hello to everybody. We're going to go straight into the sharing of the screen. Hold on, just bear with me just a tiny bit. Let me just check. I was copying videos. Oh, it's still going, supposedly. Oh no, it said it failed. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I can pull it up on on my phone, and then I'll do all the trying to make space. It'll probably be a late night for me. This video will probably take all night to upload. Ugh. Okay, my channel. Alright, so let's just close that out for now. Let's go here. Okay. So let's actually just go to this. Alright, cool. So if you're new here, this is the live stream where we discuss the 4400 reboot. We're 6 episodes in. You can figure out what the show is about. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, remember that I like threw this whole thing out. But y'all, Dr. Dre got his power this week, and we learned about Hayden's background. Okay, so that's the cast. I was trying to match things up, but we have like a whole, like, the storyline is totally different. Like, basically, the only thing right now, the only similarities or parallels I can see between the original and the reboot is basically the premise of the show. Like, the 4,400 people were taken and they've been returned years later, they haven't aged, and that's about it. They kind of got us with like trying to match up Shanice's story to to Lily's story, but this is giving us all the CW teenage drama soap opera ness of it. So let me just introduce you to the characters. We have Shanice. Shanice disappeared 2005. She's a lawyer. She had a baby. Now the baby is 16 and she's back now. Dr. Dre, trans man, disappeared from 1930s Harlem, was a doctor then, and was in World War One. LaDonna was on a reality show. Ooh, also, Dr. Dre got his powers in this episode. Dr. Dre, LaDonna was in a reality show and she disappeared in like 2015. And LaDonna's power is illusion / teleportation. Claudette disappeared from 1950s. She was a freedom fighter, civil rights worker, and she oh god, what's the word? And she can heal herself. That's a power. Hayden, we learned a lot about Hayden. Hayden disappeared from I know Sharon LaDonna's powers really, like, LaDonna's turning out to be quite the heroine. Hayden's powers are Hayden gets visions of the future. Mildred is from the 1970s. Wait. Oh yes, Hayden's mom was really pretty. We'll talk about it more during the recap. Mildred was from the 70s. She has a birth defect in her hand. The actress also has that disability, and she can move things with her mind. Reverend Isaiah disappeared from the 90s. He was a pastor. We don't know his power yet. Reverend Isaiah wasn't featured in the last episode, but he was in this episode. Claudette wasn't in this episode. Oh my god. Sharon, no, it's okay. You're prepared. Logan is Shanice's husband and the father of her daughter. Noah has been kidnapped. No, Noah we haven't seen since like a few episodes ago. Also trans from like more recent times. Noah, when Noah sings, it hypnotizes people. Keisha is a corrections officer or parole officer. Jessica is Keisha's girlfriend. She works for DHS. Jarrell is the social worker. His brother Manny is missing, and we haven't talked about Manny in a few episodes, but Soraya is the IT person, wasn't in this episode. Mr. Green is the new Dark Forces bad guy. And let's get straight to the recap. Before we get into the recap, there goes my voice. Let's watch the trailer for this week's episode while I drink some water.
I know about the powers.
I just had a vision. I want us to go get them out.
Are you ready? This is really dangerous.
The time is running out. You can't just sit by and do nothing.
Are you scared?
All right, so this did not help my throat. Okay, y'all. So this won't be my regular in-depth recaps and stuff. So if I miss anything like really important, Sharon or the other people who are also in the chat, y'all can please feel free to point them out. So Hayden is living with Mariah at Shanice's husband's home with Shanice's daughter, and he's determined to go rescue Mildred and Noah from the hospital. So he's determined that's what he's going to do because he keeps seeing a vision of Mildred being held captive in the hospital and them injecting her with a giant needle. Um so Mariah eventually says she's going to help him. Um Dr. Dre is brought to the hospital by Jarrell because they arrange for Dr. Dre to shadow someone at the hospital so he can like learn more advanced recent medical thingies. They can like upgrade his knowledge. And when Jarrell and Dr. Dre go to the hospital, um Dr. Dre um Jarrell is asking if he can see um Noah and Mildred because he's the social worker. And the nurse is like, nope, they don't have visiting hours. No one can visit them. There's a separate wing. They're in a separate wing of the hospital. They're under lockdown, etc., etc. So while Jarrell was talking to the nurse, um, they see Miguel, the doctor that was doing like their final checks, go by and go into the lockdown wing of the hospital. So he records the code on the door with his phone. He like hides and tries to record the code on the door. Yes, Mariah has to like figure out like if she's going to help, and she doesn't want her mother to find out because like Mariah is eventually the getaway driver. And also Sharon, like Lily's daughter. Laurie, I know, right? Aren't we all? Lily's daughter didn't didn't have a big role in the original episode, but Mariah is going to have a much bigger role in this reboot because she she it's on the CW. That's where my brain was going. Yes, the hospital is really sinister, but like kind of not. Like the nurse was being a real bitch. She was like, they don't have visiting hours. No one can see them. They're in a different wing. But also, um, like there was a thread on Twitter. Oh Lord Jesus! There was a thread on Twitter where someone was talking about one of the people who is operating a Meghan Markle hate account on Twitter, plus has a YouTube channel that all the channel does is Meghan Markle hate content. Being a nurse and having raised an autistic son who is now in college. And I was like, because y'all, I posted that I'm not those of us that interact with nurses are not surprised because nurses can be like absolutely awful. Like nurses can treat you like really badly in private, and then like, when the doctors and the other staff come around, they like are the sweetest, nicest people. But not all of them, obviously. Like there's some really, really good nurses. Like, basically, nurses make or break your hospital stay. Um anyways, I am rambling and I've wandered off. Yes, so the hospital. So um Mariah agrees to help them, and then I'm just going to say the part about the Reverend and Shanice, even though it won't go like in the exact storyline because blah 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 blah. But like a minor plot point in this week's episode is that a whole bunch of people don't want to leave the hotel because like they don't really have a community or anything. So, ooh, thanks, Sharon. So, so Reverend Isaiah asks Shanice to help her as a doctor, as a lawyer, to figure out how they can stay in the hotel. So Shanice says if the hotel is a church, they can't kick them out, and then Shanice helps Reverend Isaiah live stream the church service, and Mr. Green, the villain, is skulking around. So that's like a minor plot. So that's like a minor plot point that I think will be important for like future episodes. So now I want to talk about Hayden's past. So we see that Hayden displays some like neurodivergent tendencies. And his mother was like very understanding, but the other people in his family were basically bullying him. Like his mother was helping him cope. She would not give him the food that he was texture averse to, and she would help him stay calm and stuff. And so we see him flashing back to that because of the continued visions. Like he kept having repeated visions about Mildred in the hospital. God, Jesus, I need to. Oh, my mouth. Where was I? Yes. So, and then we see his mother. Oh yes, Sharon, she was so good and she was so pretty. And then we learned that his mother died. And when his mother died, his family put him in like a mental hospital, an institution. The Dr. Dre refers to it as a sanatorium where they like poked and prodded and did tests and God knows what else. Um. So. Um. Okay, let's go. Let's move on to talk about. Oh, and then the important thing that happened was Dr. Dre and LaDonna were talking. I don't remember about what. And then Dr. Dre was LaDonna was making fun. Oh, sister's getting work. Glad for her. LaDonna was making fun of Dr. Dre because things are awkward between him and Shanice now. And Hayden comes in and Hayden is like, y'all need to help me break out Noah and Mildred. And they're like, wait. So um so then like in another instance in this story, um Dr. Dre is like, I got the code for the chartreuse store. And then when they look at the video, he didn't record the code, he recorded himself. It was a really funny moment. So then LaDonna is like, well, Shanice you saw it, so you remember it, so Shanice can go look in your memory. So So he doesn't want to go so for Shanice to see in his memory, because like he doesn't really want to talk to Shanice because things are awkward between the two of them right now. So he goes and like Shanice looks in the memory and she gets the code, and then she sees him, the memory of him covering her with the blanket when she was sleeping, and she's saying um her husband's name, saying I love you, Logan, and it's like awkward. But he's like the code, and he takes the code. Oh my god, there's something else I wanted to mention. Okay, so Keisha and Jarrell are now trying to like figure out how to hide the powers from everybody else. And there's a funny moment where Keisha says that Claudette told her that she's the only one with powers. Um she was a superhero in the 1950s. Wonder Woman was black first, and I'm like, yes, Claudette, you are so me with like all the sassiness. I want all of it. But Claudette wasn't actually in this episode. And then so they're like so they're discussing how to get them to open up, and they're trying to figure out if they can get them to visit the people. So Jarrell tells Keisha how everybody's on the lockdown, and they're like, well, if they can find out about the people on the lockdown, um like if they find out about Mildred, Hayden will open up to them. But then um so then Keisha decides she's going to go ask her girlfriend like to find out about the people who've been taken to the hospital. So um so Soraya gets scrubs for them and patient scrubs, and they decide they're going to go into the hospital. So in one of these pictures you see Dr. Dre and Hayden, and you see Dr. Miguel. That's not Dr. Miguel, y'all. That's LaDonna. LaDonna is disguised as Dr. Miguel. And so they break into the facility. LaDonna goes into Dr. Miguel's office, and she's going to guide Hayden and Dr. Dre to Mildred. So yeah, like Sharon, like they started off, but like the other thing too is both of their jobs, like Keisha as the parole officer and Jarrell as the social worker, their their jobs is to advocate for um for the 4400. um so yeah, they were eventually going to be on the side of the returnees. um okay, where was I in the story? I'm now, my brain is now empty. So when not Jarrell, those people in front of me, Dr. Dre and Hayden, are going to find Mildred. They see like 4400 from supposedly presumably other facilities. We see someone with like wings. We see someone who's like burning up, like the Human Torch, and we see they have like a steady shower on top of him, and they're all like restrained. Um, and then they get to Mildred's room, and Mildred's um they bring Mildred out of her room, but they lose contact because they have radios to communicate. And so this time LaDonna comes, but this time she's disguised as Keisha, and she sends the guards that were about to operate on Mildred, y'all. They had like a full face like mask restraint thing on her. And so like Keisha sends the guards away, and and not Keisha's girlfriend, but it's really LaDonna sends the guards away. Mm, the hood they had on her must be like traumatic, right? And so they send the guards away, and they take out Mildred's restraints. Then a guard comes out of nowhere, and Mildred like uses her power to slam against the wall and like breaks how many of his bones. And they're like, Mildred, stop. And he's like, just try harder. That's what y'all keep telling me. Just try harder. At this point, it makes me believe that they're trying to use the 4400 to like gain access to their powers to use them as like super soldiers. So then I think LaDonna it was, who's like still disguised as Skisha's girlfriend, um puts the syringe in Mildred, and Mildred passes out. Yeah, I think Hayden was really shocked at her anger, but I feel like she has like traumatic experiences in her past coupled with whatever the hell they were doing her over the how many days she was locked up. Like I could see how she was angry. Um so but the thing that they didn't really touch on in that scene was when Dr. Dre went to look at the injured guard. um he picked up his hand. And the other thing though is that in the whole lockdown facility does not have any cameras, so there's no surveillance cameras, so there's no proof of what they're doing there. So yeah, that's what I was getting to, Sharon. When Dr. Dre picked up the guy's hand, Dr. Dre healed him. Like his arm just like went from like gooey mush to like a regular arm. And it seems like Dr. Dre healed him, but it seems like Dr. Dre healing people makes him really tired, like Sean in the first series. Okay. So meanwhile, Mariah was outside and in the van at her dad's truck, and a police officer pulled up to her, so she put her phone on record and she has to call somebody. So um when um when Mariah when everybody makes it outside of the hospital, Mariah's nowhere to be seen. At the same time, Keisha pulls up, and LaDonna is still disguised as Keisha's girlfriend. So Keisha's talking to her girlfriend, but LaDonna can't disguise her voice though, so she realizes it's LaDonna. Um, and um, Mariah and Logan pull up in the truck, and Keisha allows them to go to escape. So, back at the hotel, everybody's there together, and I don't remember. Okay, Sharon, I thought I was the one who didn't remember. So there's a moment where Shanice is really mad that they involved Mariah in it, and there was like some arguments, and Logan didn't let Shanice yell at Hayden. So that was a nice moment. And then there is another moment where like everyone was sitting together, and Keisha and Jarrell and the 4400, and well, not all the 4400, Dr. Dre, LaDonna, I don't remember who else, and they were like basically made a pact to work together. And then um Hayden was waiting for Mildred. He had like a bag packed, and um he gave her the bag. He's like, I know you have to go find her. So I'm assuming that Mildred has to go find her sister. And then she was like, tell me everything will be okay. What do you see? So he hugs her, and they had like a nice warm moment where Mildred is like Hayden, Mildred is like, I have to go, and Hayden was like, I was hoping you'd stay with me, but I understand now I can stand on my own, which is what his mother told him in the flashbacks. But then when he hugs Mildred, he sees uh um he sees a vision of her coming back with like armed people with like body armor coming back in through the prohibition tunnel. So I don't know if that means that that I don't know if that means that Mildred is going to betray the 4400. Like, I have no idea what that vision from Hayden in the end means, but it's like really like scary. We have a new person here, Kenny Laws. Thank you for coming. Welcome in, welcome in. Um yeah, Sharon, like I have so many questions about whether it's like a paramilitary situation. Like, could Mildred be coming to rescue the 4400? Like, how far in the future is it? We have no answers. And in my mind, that's where the show ends. So, y'all in the chats now, now is the time for us to theorize. Now is the time for us to say what we think, y'all. What? That was a lot happened in this episode, and I know I didn't like get the chance to do my full like recap with all the details, but oh my god. And yes, people are still mad because um I got hate comments on the first live I did about this show. Keeps getting a lot of hate comments. I'll probably turn off the comments on that video because oopsie, I can't even with the comments right now. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I didn't even check all my emails. I have so many emails. Um I know he was so freaked. Sharon, the hospital. Yes, tell us your feelings. Tell us. Oh, Kenny, thank you. Yo, okay, let me tell you today in hate comment. This person said, corny, whack, F you, stupid. Why would you try to copy from the original 4400 from 2003 and then have the balls to try to turn it into a black show? Serious, really? Wow, you need to stop doing that. All caps too. Something should be left alone and never change. Serious. Yeah, serious. Like that's a comment that you leave on a video. Ugh. Like, this is just words string together. Is it even a sentence? But I get a lot of these, so I'm thinking about closing it because there was a whole string of back and forth of people calling each other names and stuff. And I really don't want to be having that on my channel. Ugh. Dr. Oz is running for Senate in Pennsylvania as a Republican. Okay, we've Sharon, no, Sharon, I think. Okay, let's talk about the hospital. So, yes, I definitely wanted to talk about the hospital. No, Sharon, not all over the hospital, not all over the country, because remember, all the returnees returned to Detroit. and they were all in different facilities. Um, they were all in different facilities in Detroit. But I think what has happened is the returnees from the different facilities in Detroit are all in the Ipsy Med wing, the lockdown wing, and that's why we saw the person with the feathers and the person who was like the Human Torch, because um they're all in that wing. And I'm also wondering, what does Jessica know about what's going on there? Like how? And also, I want to know what kind of experiments they're doing on the returnees, and they must be trying to like harness their powers so they can make super soldiers. It has to go to super soldiers, right? The show, it kind of has to go in super soldiers territory, right? Yeah, Sharon, I'm going to turn off the comments on that first 4400 live because it's the only one that's actually getting hate comments. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it's the place where they're taking the ones they're experimenting on. So what I think is, when they discover the 4400s have powers, because when um they took Noah, they might have already seen the footage of the singing at Belial. So I'm thinking when when they discover 4400 has powers, they take them to the hospital and then they experiment on them. That's what I'm thinking. I Otherwise they would be taking more people at random. But also, remember, like, one of the downside of the shows is that it's it's a 4400, but we've never actually seen 4400 people. It feels more like the 44. So I don't know. Okay. Look, okay, this can only go one place. Only go one place, to super soldiers. Maybe in one of the weeks when they're on hiatus, we can go over oh, they can go over the super soldier storyline in the original series. Oh my god, because Noah has been there longer than Mildred. Like, I don't know what kind of surgery they were going to do on Mildred. Oh my god. And also, we don't know Mildred's backstory yet. Okay, so in the chat, put any more like comments, theories, talking points, whatever in the chat. I'm going to play next week's the trailer for next week's episode twice, because y'all know the trailer never tells us anything. Oh, did I shout out my members yet? Shout out to my November members. Hello, members. Big up yourself in the chat. Drop your members emotes.
You're scaring me.
I believe I possess a power. Your kind might not even be human.
We have to figure out what we are. This is a trap. Maybe it's time to fight. Fire with fire. You're scaring me.
I believe I possess a power. Your kind might not even be human.
We have to figure out what we are. This is a trap. Maybe it's time to fight. Fire with fire.
It looks like, oh my god, it just looks like so much. Yeah, Mildred is the only main character we haven't gotten a backstory for her. Okay, Sharon. Um, that's the thing, because where um there's this scene where it looks like the doctor had an interaction with the bald-headed um guard, but it also looks like it looks like a lot is going to happen in next week's episode. It looks like a lot, like Claudette's featured, Reverend Isaiah's featured. Like, what's going to happen? Yeah, like they're running out. The storytelling is not going to be so much, it seems. Oh, but don't forget, last week we learned that the actor that played Sean Farrell is coming back to direct an episode and to be a charismatic figure from someone's past. So we definitely didn't see any Mildred in the trailer, but the trailer never tells us anything. But it seems also like Dr. Dre is like going to struggle with like his powers. Oh, so much in one episode, so much and so little in the trailer. Oh, okay. I think that's it for now, y'all. I'm quite exhausted. I still have a lot to do to put up tomorrow's video for the first day of Vlogmas. Oh, if he's Mildred's dad. I also still like really hope that Claudette's husband turns out to be Reverend Isaiah's father, and like Reverend Isaiah's father married this new woman um after Claudette disappeared. Like, I just want that to be the storyline so much. Um Okay, so tomorrow I will be having a video about are people good or bad, and it's a 20-minute video, y'all, and I'm like super excited. It's going to be a premiere, so um hopefully it's up. It's 19 minutes and 28 seconds. So it's almost 20-minute video for tomorrow. So look out for the premiere so you can turn on the reminder. I'm not sure what time it will be because there's not enough space on my phone. So there's going to have to be, oh, I can do it. There's another option, but that usually um so we'll see. But tomorrow is the first day of Vlogmas, and I have like new everything for Vlogmas, new video intro, new live stream stuff, and on. So that's going to come down. I have that. I already filmed all the Vlogmas videos for Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. All those videos just have to be edited and uploaded, so you'll be getting videos for the rest of that time. Thursday's video, if I can get it edited and uploaded, is about what it means to be black. And Friday, we'll talk about all the random crap that's going on. Sharon, I'm exhausted. And Thursday, I need to go pick up some stuff because I did like online ordering from the drugstore for the first time. So there's going to be a haul. That video is, and I have like that video. I have a vlog from when I went to the salon to to edit as well. So that's like 2 more videos that you might get. What I'm planning on doing for Vlogmas is to do social justice content during the week and like fun content during the weekend. So hopefully on Friday I can update y'all more on like what videos I have coming. If you're a patron, I did post on Patreon all the videos coming up for this week. I kind of have an idea for the channel name. Where instead of it being Mo's World, I will name it Being Moneta, because I don't normally go by my full name, by my government name. Um, because I think Being Moneta sounds better um than Moneta's World. Um, what else was I going to tell you? I was going to tell you something else too. So Sharon will probably post my Patreon, my government name, my Patreon link. If anyone wants to join that, you get a heads up which videos are coming first. I forgot to post that I was live on Twitter. I'm so bad at this. Oh, Fridays, and Friday we're going to have a live stream on Friday, and our regular like hot topics news reviews, because a lot's going down, y'all. Okay, oh, I should probably put my book. Okay, I have an idea. So, anyways, y'all, buy my books. See y'all during tomorrow's premiere. See y'all, on Friday's live. And if you're only here for the 4400 content and you watch the entire live, thank you for watching. And see you next week, Tuesday. So next, I think there's 2 more episodes of 4400 before it goes on hiatus. We'll talk Greek letters. I am not talking Greek letters. Okay, y'all, I really need to go to the bathroom. So let me again say thank you. And let me play the stream ending music. And I will see y'all soon, everybody. Bye. Friday, most likely 3 p.m. my time. Most likely. So 2 p.m. Eastern, and calculate your times off of that. Alright, y'all. Bye for real this time.